good. Appreciate you.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Oh my God, that's white. Awesome. Wow, that was pretty good. I appreciate that. And by the way, that's airbrushed. I didn't age that much since that picture, so don't y'all think I aged. Now, I heard Tom rocked the house yesterday. Is there any truth to that? I heard he did. I got an idea. He should come next year and do a seminar on how he got the woman to marry him. Oh, they be coming in with buses. They be coming in with helicopters. So I appreciate you guys having me. I love those guys. I had such a great time with Riss and Tom, and I know y'all love them too. So the one thing they didn't mention on my bio I didn't appreciate, this isn't true because I had one pulled last week, but I'm from West Virginia, and I got my teeth. Yeah, we have less teeth per capita. We overtook Kentucky, so we champions. So appreciate that. So I'm from down there. I went from there to, I went to the Olympic Committee. I was in Colorado Springs working. Then I was with the International Committee. I was in Greece. Can I tell y'all what I figured out in Greece? I love being American. Their motto is Yankee, go home and take me with you. So I came to Pittsburgh, and we're going to do some work off of this. I came to Pittsburgh to work for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I came in with Bill Cowher, his chin sticking out. He's spitting all over the place. I didn't know what was going on. I said, what do you want me to do for you? His chin's about out to here now. He said, you're going to help me select athletes here based on attitude. I said, what does that mean? He said, our athletes here don't know the meaning of the word fear. I'm like, Coach, they don't know the meaning of most words. I had a Steeler once go, Doc, I got a new dog. I said, what did you get? He said, a Labor Day receiver. Glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. Y'all glad to be here. If you're glad to be here, clap one time. Give me something. So now I do work. I was with Alabama for a long time. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all follow Nick Saban. He isn't pleasant. Are you booing over there? What's up? What happened to our whole? We had pause of something going on a minute ago. Now you're booing.
Go Tigers.
You got yourself some schizophrenia up in here. Well, let me tell you something about Nick Saban. He isn't pleasant. I worked with him every day for 20 years. I'd walk in and I go, Coach, what you want me to say to the team? Here's what I get back. How in the blank do I know? If I knew what the blank to say, I would have said it. Roll Tide. But I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've done there and how we got going. And I work for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's not a good thing these days in this crowd. I work a lot with Jalen Hurts. That's one of my. Let me tell you something. I would never embarrass my daughter. I would never say something. But since she's not here, I'm going to tell you a little story. See, I like the young man she's with today. I like baby boy. He's cooler than the other side of the pillow. But she was dating this young man. I didn't like him. I didn't say nothing about it. And she got in a fight with this young man because she said Jalen Hurts was good looking. They broke up over that. I love Jalen Hurts. I want to have Jalen Hurts babies. So we're going to get this thing going. I'm going to talk about this. But have you ever thought about this? Let me get into something. So far, y'all been getting into how to get inspired. I've been listening to some of the talks. It's been inspiring. I didn't come up in here to inspire somebody. I came up here to wire somebody. We're going to go to a different ball game. I want you to get a whole different ball game. Inspiration is for amateurs. We're going to go to a different level and wire you to be a champ, wire you to be happy. Look at somebody beside you and say, he came up in here to wire us. Come on, tell somebody you got to help me out. Look at him. He came up here to wire us. I don't want to hear about this inspiration. That's for amateurs. I go to these talks. They give these inspirational people a lot of money. Climbed up a mountain. Rock fell on my arm. Cut off my own arm. Drank my own pee. You deserve the money. But we got to get different than that. You got to come out here and say, I got a wire for success. So here's what happened. I came into Pittsburgh. And we started looking at the mental mindset of the great athletes. And I was writing a book called The Pep Talk. My co-writer said, can my son come and intern with you? Or my friend from New York City, Bernie Madoff. He came with me. Afterwards, he came out for Barron's and looked at the mental makeup of the top performers on Wall Street. I want to know the way the great ones think. I want to know the way great ones talk to themselves. I think that you could change everything if you change the conversations you have with you. So watch this. We did this 25 years ago, me and my friend R.J. Shook with Barron's. We did it 25 years later for Forbes. Him and I do a lot of work. We work for Forbes in New York Life. The average age of the top financial advisor in the United States 25 years ago was 37 years old. You know how old it is today? 62. It's the same person. Come on, somebody. Come on now. You all come up here getting inspired, but how can that be true? It's a whole different ball game. And we found one thing, they stay in vision. This is my only PowerPoint. I'm from West Virginia. I call this my West Virginia PowerPoint. Let me show you the difference. Let me make this plain. That's the markets. That's the tariffs. That's the crazy. That's everything outside of you. And this is you, two separate things. Watch what's going to happen in real estate. Watch what's going to happen with the markets. Ready? It's going to go good. It's going to go bad. It'll be up here. It'll be over there. Some things will go good. Some things will go this way. And this is you. Two separate things. Here's how the mediocre people do it. Ready? This is awful. This is terrible. I can't stand it. I'm going to go get drunk. See if Walmart needs a greeter. Here's the way the big timers do it. In that chair having a rough go. I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't sit in the chair. Tell somebody beside you, I don't sit in that chair. Come on now. I don't sit up in that chair. I ain't in that chair. We don't roll that way. We got a vision. Here comes my first point. We found out with the great ones, they don't live in circumstance. They live in vision. They talk in vision. They pray in vision. They got their mind in vision. Which one are you? So what's the first thing we found? They're constantly in it. And they learn how to ignore what isn't in it. So that's the first thing that we found more than anything else. They are constantly living in vision. Second, they're resilient. Not only do they come back from setbacks, they want common setbacks so they can come up higher. That don't even faze them. We studied 15 teams during COVID that quadrupled their income. They knew how to come back stronger. Kev got a phrase he says to himself all the time. That didn't happen to me. That happened for me. Something good's coming up in here. I've learned how to talk to me. Tell someone beside you, that didn't happen to you. That happened for you. Come on, help me out. Tell somebody. Come on. That happened for you. You got to learn how to think, how to talk to you. Talk to yourself crazy, you're going to be that way. And the last one is they're great connectors. That's the three things we found. Say this phrase for me out loud. Be where your feet are. Come on, say that. Be where you are. Now let's set this first goal. Here's the first goal. Ready? Set a goal that you're going to enjoy your life. You know why? If you're miserable, you're a burden to somebody. Probably somebody you married. Guy comes home, wife's a beautiful black suit, luggage all around her. Here's what's going on. She goes, I'm leaving you. He said, this is all of a sudden. She said, I can't take it anymore. He says, there's someone else. She said, there just has to be. Ma'am, that's a little hardy of a laugh there. Take it easy now. Look at somebody beside you. Tell them, I am going to enjoy my life. Come on, tell them. Come on, come on, come on. Look right back at them and tell them, it's about time. Come on. Now, let's get one thing out the way right now, but top performers. Can I challenge you? Stop complaining. Stop it. I work with Maryland. They were playing Virginia Tech in a bowl game. For 10 days, it's not complain. They won 55-0. You'll change everything. You get yourself some mouth discipline. Stop your complaining. You complain on a regular basis, your blood pressure raises. New concept, secondhand complaining. You listen to somebody else complain. Your blood pressure goes higher than theirs. I ain't even complaining, dog. You're the one complaining. I'm just using you sitting up front. Don't take it personal. You're the one complaining. Look, if you complain on a regular basis, your blood pressure rate. If I listen to you, my blood pressure goes higher than yours. I'm just listening to you. Your cortisol levels go crazy. You have impaired cognitive functioning. I'm just listening to you. I thought about this voice message, how you got in contact with Kevin. I'm not in it this time. And I've been planning some changes in my life. If I don't call you back, you probably want them changes. Hey, Hey, look. There's two kinds of people out there, right? Fountains and drains. Be a fountain, stay away from them drains. Tell somebody you're sitting with, be a fountain, stay away from them drains. Come on, tell them. Come on, get them right. Come on, y'all got to get it right. You got to get away from them drains. That'll suck it out of you. They'll take, how are you going to do this job? How are you going to do this job and you get the energy sucked out of you? You got to want this job. I do this little thing every day, little side piece. I write this every day. Ready? I hope that, I do this every morning when I'm jogging. I hope that, I believe that, so that. I hope that I can have wealth. I believe that I can have wealth, so I can have financial freedom. So when my baby say, let's go on a vacation, let's go. When my baby say, let's go do something, let's go. I don't know about all you, but I just want me some freedom. I hope that I have a healthy body. I believe that I have a healthy body, so that I'll be there for my children. They carried me out June 15th, June 7th, June 6th, 2017. What I can't get out of my head is my son could not look at the ambulance. I hope that, I believe that, so I don't have to go through that again. You got to come up in here. I realize something. I go everywhere. I just talked to the people that got some want to. I just came to talk to the hungry folk. Because if you want peace, you got to want peace. If you want joy, you got to want joy. If you want to win, you got to want win. Everything has a price. Tell somebody you're sitting with, you got to want this. Come on now, come on. This ain't half-step material. This ain't half-stepping. So, I'm going to get into this whole idea of what we're going to get into with you today. I want to talk about, here's my talk, the bold gold standard. It starts with a standard. It starts with one line. It starts with, this is what we're about. I work with companies now, we got this one standard. You know, this is hard, this is opportunity. We do hard better. And that's really what we came up with Saban. He had one standard. Do you have a standard? This is the one thing we're about. We don't go below it. His was relentless. We keep on coming. We don't stop. We're relentless. We don't quit. Nothing makes us stop. That was Saban for years. We're just, do you have a standard? I just gave you one. Let's get a standard, be happy. Let's get one to be, it's I drew the line. I don't go below this. That's what it is. And when I talk to you guys, I want to talk about, here's what it is. You need a standard. If you ever watched 30 for 30, they talk about me with the U. Can I tell you what our standard was at the University of Miami? To get no player arrested. We shot high. One standard. And we don't go below it. You know, what would I call this build in Boston 25? I would call this the Tom and Marissa standard. Let's set a standard. And then we come out and say, this is what we're about. We don't go below it. It's just a standard. Max Lucado had a fabulous book. And in the book he said, my wife didn't care if I was a slob as long as I lived on the porch. She taught me, put away my clothes, wash the dishes. Now she's going to be with her mother. It's going to break out. But I'm putting away my clothes. I'm washing the dishes. What happened to me? He said, I got introduced to a higher standard. Look at somebody beside you and tell them, I'm going to go and introduce them to a higher standard. Come on. Come on, get them right. Come on. This is a we thing up in here. You know, when Tom keeps on talking me about, Tom, what's going on with this ESP? He said, Kevs, it's a standard. It's a we standard. People got to get it and understand it. It's about the whole thing with a standard. You need one. That's what it comes down to all the time. And so what I want to get you guys to is the whole idea of a standard. After I said it, here's the next part. Landon Dickerson now is with the Eagles, but he was at Alabama, our last national championship. Watch what he did after you set a standard. He goes, I came in here from Florida State, played at Alabama. I felt the intensity when I played against you. I don't feel it now. I'm going to be intense every day. I want y'all to watch me and match me. Oh, that's good. That's good. Then Devontae Smith, I love Devontae Smith. Devontae stands up. He goes, look, he said, why are we being negative? Why are we being negative? You know, how are we going to get anything done when we're negative? I'm going to be positive every single day when I walk on this field. I want y'all to look at me. That's the standard. I want you to match me. I want y'all to match me. Then this guy, Mac Jones, I don't know where he went after that.
We found him.
You know, watch what he said. He said, after a mistake, I go into self-pity. You don't do that, do you? Self-pity? He goes, I go into self-pity. How are we in self-pity? I got a phrase I use, the beauty of an ordinary day. Self-pity. Y'all ever see this movie, Pitch Perfect 2? 4 women sing at a major university. They sang so bad they got thrown off the stage. The one woman goes, this is the worst thing ever happened to me. The other woman was from a third world country. She said, I had diarrhea once for 7 years. Everybody say this with me. Ready? Say, if I lost everything I have today. Come on. And all I get back tomorrow is what I had today. Tomorrow would be the best day of my life. See, I don't go just for positive. Get your head clear. Get that stuff out. You're not going anywhere with the self-pity. He goes, why am I in self-pity? After my mistake, I'm going to get back on my process. Then he told all the tide, match me. So I gave you 2 things already. This is an organized talk. The first thing I told you is this. You have to come and say, here's our standard. After that, match me. And you got to realize, you don't need a standard for miserable. You don't need a standard for offended. You don't need a standard for angry. That'll find you. Let's say something about offended. We had an Elko family reunion wedding last April down in Dallas. I walked in that bad boy. I thought it was the bar scene from Star Wars. Crazy people. Crazy people. Thought I made a wrong turn at the unemployment office. And all of you got a crazy family member. Y'all right over there? Just breathe in, breathe out. We're going to be okay. If you're sitting there right now thinking, that's funny, I don't have a crazy family member. Do you know why you're thinking that? Hey, you know what? Quit letting crazy people drive you crazy. Expect crazy people. Now, don't go get a divorce after this and blame me. But quit losing your energy. Watch what we do. You're driving down the road and you accidentally cut somebody off. They wind down their window and say to you, go be fruitful and multiply with yourself. They're having a party over there. They party over there. You wind down the window and say, me, you go be fruitful, multiply with yourself. They turned you into them. Little haterade. Haters drinking haterade turned you into them. Say this out loud with me. 2025. I will not let them turn me into them. You want to be elite? Then be elite. Don't be up in there with them haters. Don't be up there with them. If you want to be elite, be elite. Learn how to think different. So Mac goes, look, I'm going to get out that self-pity thing, get back on process, match me. So it's real easy. I'm going to set the standard, match me. Have you ever heard this phrase called quantum particles? Quantum particles, the guy got the Nobel Prize for it. There ain't no such thing as a private thought. When you think something, you're setting particles on the atmosphere, and they're catching it. I hate this. I can't stand this. This is too hard. They're catching that. I believe something good's going to be happening up here. We're an army of blessings. We're going to make a difference. They catch that. There ain't no such thing as a private thought. So what they're saying is we're going to set the standard. We're going to come up in here, match me. Now, I know you've been inspired, but now I'm going to flip this conference. No, wait a minute. You don't want to be inspired. You want to be wired. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Your brain's made up of neurons. And as you repeat something, and your brain's very plastic, that's why you got to be careful who you hang out with. I'm on a cruise 2 summers ago. My sister, her 2 kids, got my Jared with me, and her son does this about 500 times a day. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Connor, for sure, for sure. I about jumped off the boat. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Lost my mind. My man, I came home for 2 weeks. I'm talking about for sure, for sure, for sure. You ain't got the luxury to hang out with them people like that. You ain't got the luxury to have nasty come off your tongue. You ain't got the luxury. Your mind is very plastic. Now let me tell you a hard time what's tough about what Marissa and Tom's doing. This ain't natural. It ain't natural to be happy. It ain't natural to be success. Your skin's job is to keep you alive. Your heart's job is to keep you alive. Your brain's job is to keep you alive. We're wired for negative. We're wired for looking at what's wrong because your brain says, let me protect us. You got to rewire, and you do by repeating over and over and over. You're not wired for this. You're not wired for even happy. You're not wired for success. You're wired for safe. You're wired for protection. We got to redo the wire. I know you've been up here inspired by these stories. Amateurs. You got to rewire it. They spin a bone in Africa, bone stops. They're dead. What? What? So they go and research it, and they died from a self-induced heart attack from fear. They believed it so much, they died it. You got to keep on doing it. I'm going to show you how to wire that brain, not inspire that brain. That's a different ball game. That's where you're going to. That's where you're going to. Y'all with me? Clap one time. Ready, get wired, clap twice. So what we're trying to do is you're trying to wire it. So they go out to tropical rainforest. How am I doing, my man? Am I doing okay? Am I doing all right? So they go out to tropical rainforest, and what they do is, I practice always seeing that so far my whole life. Now I got to go out and see farther because they cleared out the vegetation. They say there's a buffalo out there. That ain't a buffalo, that's an insect. See, that's what you're going to go through when Tom comes up here talking about, I got a new idea for y'all. But you're wired for the old idea. Tom said, I got a way, we're going to do some weed business up in here, but you wired for some eye business. Hey, you come up here, I got to expand it. Tom, let me give you a phrase, bruh. Used to bees don't make honey. This is West Virginia material. Harvard in the hills, bruh. So used to bees don't make honey. I got to go to the next level. I got to see things different. So what happens when we get into this thing is, wait a minute, them's insects, they got a little quicker. Insects got bigger. Up here, witch doctor trick, they switched them to buffalo. W. Clement Stone's, now let's do the right way. All I did for years at Nick Saban is we wired that team with something called earworm, and we're now doing it out at the Eagles. It's called earworm. I'll explain to you what it is. It's putting things in your head to stick in a positive way. So, W. Clement Stone brought his people together. I heard somebody did a good job on this yesterday, affirming, and 50 times, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it. Be one note today, it's right now. It's right now, girlfriend. It's right now, cowgirl. You got to giddy up. It's right now. Do it now. We got to go. And so what he did is he wired them to get some urgency, and because of it, you didn't come here to be inspired. Get up here and get these other people, get wired. Everybody say, do it now. Do it. Say it again. Do it now. See, I was a wild kid. And every September, we would throw corner cars. Me and my cousin Stick. Where I'm from, everybody got a name like that. Stick. My brother-in-law, Snake. My sister's Dirty Weasel. But she's kind of cool. She paints stuff on the side of her head, so it's kind of cool to see her. Claire, don't she? She paints all little stuff on her head, little reefs and stuff at Christmas, pumpkins. So, you know, I hit a car one time, and he hit his brakes. It's a red Corvette. Ran me down, grabbed me by my ear, and took me to my mother. I wish he'd take me to police. He took me by ear. It was my cousin Smokey. I got grounded for a month. But I said, if I ever get out of here, I'm going to apologize to Smokey. Because that was a nice car. But I never got to. Smokey went to Vietnam. Never saw him again. You have to do it now. You can't be playing around. You don't know you got another opportunity. You got to get some urgency up in here. If somebody needs to go ask for forgiveness up in here, say, I'm sorry, thank you. Somebody needs to write that book. Somebody needs to go ahead and come on one more time, say, do it now. So what you're trying to do with this thing is, I came up in here to be the one that wires. You don't inspire the house. We came up here with the MT, Marissa and Tom house, to wire the house. We got to go to a different level. Get to them one more time and say, I got to wire it, not inspire it. Come on, tell somebody, I got to wire it. Come on. Now, I got to tell you one thing that we got to get with this new level thing. And I'm going to tell you, let me tell you why I'm getting off the whole idea of, let me do one quick thing. Can I tell you where most people are wired with today? Sure. Offended. Can I get a witness? Everybody's touchy. You looked at me wrong. I got to burn your house down. You looked at me wrong. I got to start about your kids. What's that about? Do you understand how much air is getting sucked out of you because y'all offended all the time? Offended comes from a Greek word named trap. You know, look at somebody beside you and tell them, quit being so touchy. Y'all know you're touchy. Come on, come on. Quit being, you're way too touchy. Walk around touchy all the time. Yeah, you ain't afraid of being rejected. You're touchy. You're too tight. Everybody's offended. Am I right or wrong on that one? You watch TV, you're offended. You hang out with your homies, you're offended. You drive down the street, you're offended. Everybody's offended. That's what we're wired. You got to get off of that. Now, I like this crowd. Standard, match me, wiring. We're going to wire through language next. Do you understand being elite, being strong, not worried about being offended, going out? This is why I'm against inspiration. It's not a feeling, it's a choice. I hear in the NFL, I'll be in the NFL next week. I ain't feeling it. What? Dog, you make $10 million a year, you ain't feeling it? Where's the feel thing? Happy ain't a feeling, it's a choice. Tom ain't a feeling, it's a choice. His beautiful wife didn't marry him because of feeling. It was a bad moment. You know I'm just joshing. I ain't gonna get invited back, am I, bro? Yeah, I ain't coming back. You're my West Virginia man, aren't you? Aren't you? Come on, bro. Country road. Come on. To the place
I belong. You don't want to hear me sing.
You're a ventriloquist. I didn't see your lips moving. I heard somebody say I belong. It sounded like it was a Vietnamese. Look, man, you want to go to the next level? Choose it. I'm going to tell you what today is. Let me tell you what today is. I go on the Feinbaum show, SEC Network. Guy calls in. Hi, Paul. I'm Jay from Huntsville, Alabama. I was born and raised a racist. My father's in the KKK. My uncle's in the KKK. I was a racist and proud of it. Told everybody I was a racist. He said, Vietnam broke out. I joined the Marines and met an African-American man. He liked to kill me. Literally, he tried to kill me. I tried to kill him. Not wild. He said, next thing I know, here comes, you got to catch this. I'm going to flip this conference right now. You got to catch this. I'm going to turn this thing right on. I'm going to turn this whole thing right now. He said, you two are going to decide to get along. That's it. I'm going to decide to be a better woman, a better man, a better husband, better father. I want to decide to go up in here. I want to decide that if I go up in here, I get the kind of wealth that gives me freedom, makes me bless my family. I need me some decision people. I'm tired of waiting for people to feel something. I don't feel like always being nice. I don't always feel, because I ain't. I don't always feel like doing my job. I don't always feel like doing what I'm doing. But you choose it. I don't get this feel thing, man. Somebody got to help me with that. He said, you two are going to... He said, you two are going to. He said, you two are going to. Look at some beside you. Catch your eyeballs one-on-one. Say one thing. Decide. Come on. Decide. Come on. Y'all got to decide. What you waiting on to feel? You want Tom come up here and give you some kind of warm fuzzy? This ain't chicken soup for your soul, baby. I brought steak and potatoes up in here. I brought steak and potatoes. We don't need no chicken soup. Get the soup out the way. Got me all tingly and stuff, man. But it might be my moose I got in the back. Appreciate you. He said, what's this? Next thing I know, this man said, Vietnam man, we didn't want to go home. Why do y'all want to go home? I said, Tom, explain this conference to me. He says one word, we. It's one word, family. It's we stick together. We bring each other up. He said, not just the financial model is the ball game. We encourage. He said, now watch what this guy said next. He said, we didn't want to go home. Look, do y'all understand how powerful agreement is? We don't have it on anything. We're split on all kind of mess. Do y'all understand that? He said, we don't want to go home. I love this line. It's actually in the Bible. One could chase 1,000, two could chase 10,000. I wasn't very good in school. 4th grade, that was the toughest 3 years of my life. I'd come on my report cards, my dad would go, look at this report card, boy, your sister don't have one B on her report card. I go, I ain't got one B on mine. But if one could chase 1,000, two should just chase 2,000. But if we come together and we get set, they didn't want to go home. You didn't want to leave Vietnam? Yeah, because they had family. They were tight. They had a reason. They had agreement. I said, Tom, tell me what this is about. I'm walking around down in Boston. He said, Kevin, this is about we up in here. He said his friend went home to Detroit. He went home to Huntsville, got his bachelor's in engineering from Alabama. His friend hit hard times, came to work for him. He said, he always outdoes me. He got his bachelor's and master's in engineering. He said, I went to work for him. Then he knocked us out. Then the airways went silent. Then we didn't know what to say. Watch what he said next. I tell you, he knocked us out. He blew us away. He said, Paul, that was Paul's show. He goes, 32 years ago, I married his sister. Oh, y'all got quiet in here. Y'all got quiet. He said, 32, he said, we live 2 doors apart in Huntsville. We get together at night and we lie about our war exploits. He said he had 2 kids, went to Alabama. He said, I had 3. He said, anybody can change if they... It's decide day. It's decide time. Don't you come up here and blow this thing. They didn't come up here to entertain you. Look, I got her back. Marissa busted for this thing. This is about decide. This is about, I got to come up on here. Don't walk out of here the way you walked up in here. That's what that's about. I was speaking in Philadelphia, and this guy comes to me and says, Doc, all my life I try to lose weight. I was committed until I saw Brownie. Then I was interested. I understand that. I ain't never had a hard time with drugs or alcohol. I'll hurt you for a cookie. Mess with me? Don't you bring no cookie around me. I still saw them donuts out there. I worshiped them for a while. He said, then, watch this. His little girl's kidneys quit working. He said, looked everywhere. He looked everywhere for a match. He said, I finally found one. Him. He had to get her off dialysis. He said, finally, we found a match. Him. Doctor said, I'm not taking your kidney, give your little girl. He said, then, he said, 6 months, I lost 101 pounds. So would you. I believe that. I hope that. So that. Come on, somebody. You got to get down to a point. It's time to decide. And look, I got this phrase, give your feelings, give your feelings direction. USA Hockey was picked to win a gold medal in the Olympics in Japan. They did not. Czech Republic won it. Captain was a guy named Jaromir Jagr. Wears number 68 when he plays because 1968 was the year of the Russian occupation of Czechoslovakia. They beat everybody. They beat Canada gold medal game before Russia. Referee walked in and said, ice time. This guy stood up. I waited my whole life for today. I dedicate this to my grandfather and anyone who lost their life during the occupation. Do you got something that stirs you? Look, there's a lot of research on positive anger. You got something that stirs you? Do you keep your eye on it? Hey, down there, down in Birmingham, they got a golf course down there, Shoals Creek. And they had an outing for blind golfers. And they brought Arnold Palmer in to speak. And he goes, this blind golfer says, that's good, you can golf blind. He said, yeah, I'm pretty good. He said, they ring a bell and they stand above the hole. I shoot the ball to the bell. That's amazing. He said, I can beat you. He said, I'm Arnold Palmer. You're blind. Just make it interesting. I'll bet you $5,000 go out for 18 holes. I'll beat you. He said, okay, when do you want to go out? That blind guy goes, 10 o'clock tonight. Meet me on that first green. You got to keep your eye on it. Look, you don't think anger works. Rosa Parks, I ain't giving this chair up no more. His whole story. No, I refuse to give up. I refuse to give this up. And you give that feeling a direction. Yeah, I refuse to give up. You gotta say, look, no, wait a minute. Look, I'm dating this woman in college. Her mother told her to leave me. Her mother told her I wasn't headed nowhere. So she left me and married the head guitar player from a band called Church Street. You ever hear Church Street? Hell no, you ain't heard of Church Street. That's the best thing ever happened. You give that feeling a direction and you get going. It's called the B.O.L.D. gold standard. This is about deciding. You got to decide what you're going to be. And I'm speaking in Philadelphia, and that one guy said, I was committed. Can I tell you what they got going here, what he's got? He tried to get some of y'all come up and be in the family. Don't come in if you're interested. Only come if you're committed. Don't come up here and be one of them interested people, them kind of people. I'm kind in this relationship. I'm kind of happy. This is not a kind of job. Would you agree with that? This is not, be with a family, that's not a kind of job. Coming up here and you're on your phone while I'm talking. Well, you ain't here. You're a kind of person. You should be outside with your phone, because I need me some people come up in here, which is a great crowd. I'm walking out here, Bear and I came in. Look at something beside you, tell them, be committed, not interested. Come on, tell them, come on. Be committed, not interested. So what I'm going to teach you is a language, and I'm going to show you something, and this is called reframing and pre-framing. Nelson Mandela walked out of prison and got a scowl on his face. Bill Clinton said, what were you mad about? 27 years you're in jail. He said, the same people who put me in there celebrating my release. Quit blaming events for you being miserable. Quit losing your mind about it. That's not what it is. How you're talking to you is causing you to be miserable and being anything. So watch what Nelson did. He changed it. He went, Nelson, when you're in prison, you were free. Now you're free, don't put yourself in prison. That's called reframing. I'm going to teach you pre-framing. With my ball players, you know, when Jalen Hurts went into the Super Bowl, he's going to keep the main thing the main thing. He's got my stuff tattooed on him. I was born for the storm, the calm don't suit me. I'm the thermostat. So what, now what? And he looks at back. It's pre-framed. He's saying it ahead of time. I want you to walk out ahead of time and speak the kind of things that are what we call pre-frame ahead of time. Now let's start with this. Change your mouth. Change your mouth. There's a lot of research that says people are happy and effective, talk different. Here's the first one. I go to NFL combines, and they bring all the college players, ask this one question. Tell me the best game you ever had in your life. Come on, talk to me. If they say two words, I dismissed that joker so fast, I and me. You know those two words are related to depression and heart disease? But if they say we came together, we cared, I started doing my Cabbage Patch. Dog, I can still drop it like it's hot. I can't pick it up no more. Everybody in the house say we. Say we. Next, quit talking about what you don't want. Well, quit walking around talking about what you, get some tongue discipline. The great people talk about what they do want. Worry is praying for what you don't want. You visualize with your tongue. And look, if you're sitting at the bar and someone's making jokes about their wife, get up. You don't want that in your head. And if you walk with your girlfriend and she's talking about her husband, get off that walk. Can the men in the house say amen? Can the men in the house say amen? Get off that. Tom getting all happy up in here, stomping his feet and stuff. Get off the walk. He said, man, he wrote that down. Marissa, please listen. Get off of that walk, because you don't want that in your head. You don't want it. See, this guy's at a pharmacy and the young clerk's behind the counter. And a man comes in with a bad cough. He looks everywhere for some cough suppressant and he can't find any. So he gives the guy laxative. Try not to get ahead of me. So the pharmacist come back. Anything happened when I was gone? Yeah, guy came with a bad cough. I looked everywhere for some suppressant. I couldn't find any, so I gave the guy laxative. Wait a minute, laxative won't stop somebody from coughing. Young clerk said, sure it will. Look at that guy standing over there. He's trying real hard not to cough. Appreciate y'all getting that one. Just like a chain reaction here. Yeah. Are we having fun? Yes. So the first thing is, start talking about what you do want. And can I tell you one word upsets people? Should. This should be easy. Everything should be my way. I should have got my reward by now. You know, everybody should like me. Stop shooting on yourself. You smell bad. Look at some beside you. I'm going to change my mouth. Come on. So we're going to pull this together. Bold. B is believe. O is ownership. L is lean in. D is deliver. Here's bold. First is believe. I live in this place called Nevillewood. It's kind of fancy in Pittsburgh. I live right by the country club. It's interesting because I'm from West Virginia. We don't have a lot of those. I really would like to put a used wash machine on my front porch just to represent the rollers. And we got an outing for blind golfers, right? But now they got the next level. They got the real golfers in there. And I don't golf. My friend Bob's there. He goes, hey, there's 2 billionaires over there. I want to meet a billionaire. I went over these 2 men. I said, I heard y'all billionaires. I want to meet a billionaire. How are you a billionaire? He said, we're not from this country. You know, if an immigrant comes to the United States, they're 5 times more likely to become affluent than somebody born here. Because somebody explained that to me without a penny in their pocket. You need to come to this year. You want to build 25? Come like an immigrant. Come like you. So I went up to this guy. He said, I'm not from this country. I'm from India. I didn't like what he said next. I had to sit down what he said next. He said, we see this country better than you do. I didn't like that. He said, we see more opportunity. We see more. You think that's an accidental story? Wake up. We said, we see more than y'all do. We see more open doors. We don't watch these programs. We don't talk about what can't happen. I didn't like that. He said, we see opportunity. We see gifts. You want to see you want to see a tough economy. Y'all want to come back to India with us? I didn't like that. Because of the truth. Here's the truth, wasn't it? Hey, Abraham, do me a favor. You look north. You look south. You look east. You look west. I'll give you everything you can see. Don't you get it? There are people here that are killing it because they see more than the rest of us. There are people here that are destroying it because they see higher than you do. They don't have more education. They don't have more pedigree. They don't have more anything. They got more vision and more faith than you got. It's that kind of boldness. See, these 2 men were in a hospital. One sat up every day to clear his lungs. Right? What do you see? I see kids playing. Hey, I see parades. Hey, I see leaves changing. The guy said, I died. Nurse came in his room and said, look out, what do you see? He said, I see a brick wall. What? I see a brick wall. What are you talking about? He said, your window looks into brick. But my roommate, he saw kids playing. He didn't see anything. You mean he didn't see anything? He was blind. Why'd he say that? He was your eyes. Hey, what are your eyes like? How about you, my man? What are your eyes like? How are your eyes? Come on, how are your eyes doing? Hey, how about this? How about the eyes of people you have around you? Small people, haters, prejudice, seeing small? Really? You gonna go somewhere with them around you? Really? It's the eyes. It's faith. See, I grew up at this place called Falling Water. The Kaufman family asked this man, Frank Lloyd Wright, to draw a home next to a waterfall. Watch what he did. He said, if I was drawing this home with the Almighty, what would I draw? Oh, you all see that house. Last time I was there, they weren't fighting that day. Brad Pitt and Angela Jolie was walking through there. You all see that house. That house does not have a waterfall beside it. That house has a waterfall going through it. Come on, somebody. Going through it. Do you have that kind of faith? Do you? Do you have that kind of faith? I'm down. I'm down in New Orleans. I'm running. I'm doing sprints. I'm going hard. I do my HIIT training. Now I'm just walking, singing Bob Marley, don't worry about a thing. I'm all happy. I'm skipping. I don't want to run. I didn't know what to realize. They're smoking so much marijuana on the street, I caught contact. Crip everywhere. Herb everywhere. Everywhere. I'm higher than gas prices. Come on, somebody. You don't have to buy no crib or herb, just walk the street. A lot of homeless people. A lot of homeless people, including Tyler Perry. Look, you listen to his story, but don't miss the faith part. Don't miss the big belief part. 7 years nobody came to his place. He won't quit. Come on now. For 7 years, Jalen Hurd, I love him. He called me tonight, he's getting drafted. And he called me, remind me when he's driving away from Disney World crying this year. He calls me tonight, I'm in the draft room of Philadelphia. He calls me, says, in 3 years I'll start in the NFL. I said, this year, and you're the MVP of the Super Bowl. Say it to me. Say it to me, Jalen. Say it. I said, this year. Say it.
This year.
Come say it again.
This year.
I said, Jalen, this year, and you remember, he called me driving away from Disney World after he won it. He said, and the MVP of the Super Bowl. Don't you understand that happened before it happened? Let me talk about big vision. Years ago, I'm in Disney World. Claire was about 5, Jared was about 4. I'm sitting there. This is my 4th day in Disney World with a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old. Has anybody been in Disney World for 4 days with a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old? Can I get a witness? Can I get a... I'm beat up. I got rashes. I got rashes. She going out to beat up Mickey right now. Easy, girl. You take it easy. I'm beat up. I'm waterlogged. I got rashes. I'm watching the play The Sword and the Stone, one actor, Marlon. Big hat, moons and stars. He wants 2 people come pull the sword out the stone. They got 2. Little girl 10, little girl 11, one hair on her head. Had a button on that said, Make a Wish of Eastern Tennessee. They were happy. They were happy to me. Then they wanted 2 more, their mothers. They were happy. I was confused. At this point, I was as baffled as Adam on Mother's Day. Appreciate the one person in the house getting that one. Adam didn't have a mother. You guys are funny. I got it. You want to build 2025? It's called intentionality. I walk in with faith. I walk in with focus. I walk in with self-talk. I walk in with hope. I walk in with faith. I walk in with so that it happens before it happens. Don't y'all get that? That's what this is. This is the huddle before you go out. It happens before it happens. Okay, Claire set it up. I don't want to get emotional. We had the vacation of a lifetime in Tuscany, but what she will tell you is that vacation happened before it happened. She had the playlist. She had the dinners. She had the laughs. It all was there before it happened. Everything happens before it happens. Everything happens twice. Watch this. Michelle knows where I'm going. Let's pretend. You got to get. No, I'll get to my next part. Remind me to do that one part. This whole idea, first of all, I've got to have big, bold faith. So what's this phrase? I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to go to my O. Say this out loud. I hope that. I hope that. I believe that. I believe that. So that. So that. See, we have a neighbor that up against. We just saw this guy the other day, Lee Ford, and this is one of our neighbors. Claire knows this. My neighbor is walking across the street in Pittsburgh. And I only ever heard this country western song. It's by Billy Ray Cyrus. My wife left town with my best friend, and I miss him. Now, some of you fellas will laugh a little too hard on that one. Well, when Lee's wife leaves with his best friend, he remarries and comes to Pittsburgh, has 2 beautiful children, Emily and Sydney. He's walking across the street in Pittsburgh, right? And a car hits him, texting, going 40 miles an hour. They gave him an hour to live, a week to live. Says he's going to live to be quadriplegic. No, he's going to be fine. Lee, how you do? Now, you got to catch this because you got to start with big, bold faith. Ready? He said, I believed in spite of the evidence. I watched the evidence change. Now, here, I'm going to leave B in a second. There are 2 kinds of people in every industry. Ready? Lions and greyhounds. This is Alabama stuff. The greyhound chases a rabbit because it's hungry. If it's not hungry, it doesn't chase. I know people like that. I see in the investment world, if I'm just bringing my food in my kennel, I'm fine. I'm not like that. I need to go. Look, if you came to what I'm going to call the MT, the Marissa and Tom conference, we don't fish up in here, we hunt. We hunt. There's ain't no fishing going on up in here. This is hunt. See, it's casual with the greyhound. The lion can eat Monday. The lion can eat Tuesday. A lion can eat Wednesday. You walk in front of that lion on Thursday. Claire will tell you, we got lions all over the house. Everybody sends me lions from this one. Lion is wired to eat. It eats all the time. The lion's wired to eat. The lion, don't you get it? Tom said we got big performers up in here. The lion's not the tallest, that is the giraffe. The lion's not the biggest, that's the rhinoceros. The lion's not the hyena, the lion's not the smartest, that's the hyena. And the lion don't even care if the hyena's laughing at it. I don't care if anybody's laughing at me. Y'all go ahead and laugh. I know little haters drinking haterade going to laugh at me. I'm not worried about that. If you don't have a shark biting at you, if you don't have some hater laughing at you, you ain't doing much. If you have somebody jealous, you know what you ought to do? Celebrate the laughers. Come on, tell somebody you're sitting with. Celebrate them laughers. Celebrate. If they laughing at you, you're doing something. If they got, you're doing something. He's not even this is not even the strongest. The elephant's the strongest. Elephant could crush that lion anytime he wants. Thinking makes you small. So why does the lion dominate? What's Tom trying to do with this EXP thing? Why are the big timers here? Attitude. They got attitude. They don't fish, they hunt. Look at someone beside you, tell them, don't be the greyhound, be the lion. Come on, come on, come on. O is ownership. Let's talk about ownership. It's nobody else's job to inspire you. It's nobody else's job to get you right. It's nobody else's job to make you happy. That's your job. I heard somebody walk around here yesterday say something on the phone. You make me mad. No, they didn't. No, you made you mad. I heard that person on the phone. No, you just make me crazy. No, you making yourself crazy. No, honestly, you make it. I heard that person. You know, and I came around the course and you just, I said, no, easy, dog. Easy now. Nobody makes you anything. You got to own it. See, Governor Harder of Massachusetts went to his church for dinner. And somebody, it came up to him and he went up to dinner. He says, I'd like to have 2 pieces of chicken. This woman said, 1 piece of chicken per person. He said, I want 2 pieces of chicken. He said, 1 piece of chicken per person. He said, do you know who I am? I'm the governor of Massachusetts. She said, you know who I am? I'm the lady in charge of chicken. Tell somebody you're sitting with, you are the person in charge of you. Come on. You're in charge of you. Not that person on the phone. Not somebody driving you. You should. They shouldn't be that way. They are that way. So, I told you I'm going to give you a phrase to talk about. First is be the lion. Here comes the next one. This is my baby. So what? Now what? Say it again. That phrase hangs in the back of the Georgia weight room. That phrase hangs in the back of the Alabama weight room. And that phrase hangs in the back of the New York Jets weight room, which is evidence. My stuff doesn't work everywhere. They had that on Hard Knocks. Says, y'all going to destroy my career. You better learn how to say, so what? If you can't do nothing about it, so what? I ain't got time to freak about it. I had my hand on a tram in Pittsburgh. This guy goes, hey, buddy, your hand's taking up too much pull. What? Why am I going to fight with this fool? I went down to 3 fingers. We good, dog? How we doing now? You need to learn how to say, so what? And a lot of stuff I don't like about getting older. I don't like it you can sneeze and pull muscle. I don't like it you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it's in Morse code. We brothers, you understand. They're in the back, they don't know what we're talking about. Hang on back there, Chachi. You and I, we in the fraternity, bro. Can I tell you what I love about getting older? Stupid stuff don't matter. I've learned to not pay attention to stuff. I've learned to say, that's interesting. I don't get pulled in by. I've learned to say, so what? I've learned to say this out loud. Say, change the changeable. Accept the unchangeable. Remove the unacceptable. Here comes my next self-talk phrase. So what? Oh, no, wait. I'm on retainer with all these companies from Alabama. One's TNT Fireworks. And they come down to St. Petersburg, put me in a little private plane. And they're taking me up to Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And the pilot meets me out on the tarmac. I said, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, go ahead. And I heard a comedian say this happened to me. He said, how much do you weigh? That's why you asked me that. He said, we need to know how much fuel to put in the plane. I said, fill it up. Now we got to balance the plane. It's a skateboard. You know, you go into Arkansas, we got to balance it up. So I sit down, and Terry Anderson must have he had a Russian guy in there. He hit me on he said, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, what's up? He said, you think everybody told truth about weight? I got off. I think I was off a couple pounds just between us girls. I said, that's it. I'm off of this. Look, what you're trying to do is hard. This isn't easy. If you couldn't roll up in here and think it's going to be hard, this is everything good. Look, you got to say, this is hard, this is opportunity. I get this all the time. This is hard, which means I can't do it. Yeah, it's hard. That's why it's a blessing. That's where the good is. But if you hit some turbulence and you don't like it, get off. This ain't you. Don't come up here flirting with this. Get off. If you want to do something right, you got to be committed, not interested. You need to step and get to stepping. If you hit turbulence, you can't. If not, you better just say, so what? Change the changeable. Accept the unchangeable. Remove the unacceptable. Here goes my next baby. Now, Dave Martinez with the Nationals. 19-31 after 50 games. After 50 games. You know what he said? Be 1-0 today. He wired them with it. He said every day, all day long. 1-0 today. 1-0 today. They won it. 0.1 chance, they won it. I got my friend Tony Rita from church, played with him in West Virginia. His wife has cancer. I call every day. Tony, 1-0 today. We're all terminal. 1-0 today. You want to win? Win today. 1-0 today. 1-0 today. Say it again. 1-0 today. Say it again. That's how you build this thing. We got to win today, and then you stack them. So what? Now what? There's a little town called Enterprise, Alabama. Come on. They're growing cotton. Turn up. The boll weevil wipes them out. What do you do when you had all the answers? They brought up in here new questions. You had this thing all down pat. And somebody changed the whole thing. You thought you was about to keep dominating on what it used to be, but used to be's don't make no honey. You had it down. And now we got a whole new ball game. You don't think that boll weevil ain't going to hit every part of your life, your relationships, your finances, your job, your career? The doctor going to sit you down one day. Don't be foolish now and say, I got to talk to you. It's the boll weevil. What do? Somebody says, brand new crop called the peanut. Let's plant it. You better come up in here and find some peanuts. You better find a different way of doing things. I worked with both MVPs last year, Jalen and Josh Allen. You know what I did with Josh all year, the Bills? If then. If this happens, then do that. If that happens, then do this. Learn to breathe and panic. If then. They plant up in there peanuts, and they become wealthy from the peanut. If you go to Enterprise, Alabama today, in the middle of town is a big statue of a bug. It's the only place in the world where an insect is honored with a bug. And the caption says, thank you, Mr. Boll Weevil, for the role you played in our prosperity. So good. Everybody goes, so what, now what? So what, now what? Say 1-0 today. 1-0 today. Here comes lean in. Ready? Here's my next self-talk phrase. Ready for it? Get off your ass. Get off your ass. Be bold. Step up. Get off your, you have not because you ask not. The best ones I know, they ask, they don't think they have an answer, they have the cure, and they step up. You got to ask and be bold. You're too timid. And I got to keep stepping up and stepping up. Kathy Hughes, TV One, Radio One, went to 35 banks, and they told her no for a $900,000 loan. The 36 banks said yes, and she's a billionaire. I've seen it. They know how to step up, and they get off their ass. They know how to keep on going. Now look, do you believe what you do? If you think what you do makes people's lives better, clap one time, come on. You think what you do brings people peace, clap twice. Then why aren't you asking more? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand. The bold ones. Claire, you see Michael Ward. Is he a bold suchy such? Everyone I know got something going on. They're bold. And look, you got to practice. Michelle Obama said, I want to practice my no. Practice hearing no and coming back for the yes. I loved I love this research on the youngest billionaire in our country from Atlanta, Blakely, was Spanx. Every single day, her dad said, come to the table and tell me where you failed, you made a mistake, and learn. He got her used to hearing no, but I'm going to step up anyway. No, but I got to keep on going. Do you understand if you learn this one simple thing, how you bless your family? Do you understand you learn this one simple thing, you bless everybody around you? You understand everything? If you get out and practice hearing no but keep going, you'll be a bad suchy such. You'll be somebody that couldn't even stop, you keep on going. You'll be in that mirror and say, I'm Kevin suchy such Elko. Let's go. If you learn how to step up, everybody say, get off your ass. And if you get a couple of people say, I asked this many times today. I did this much. Tom, I'll be up on you. You'll do some more asking before I get up out of here. I got to be doing some asking. Come over there. How you think that man got that woman to marry him? How? He asked a lot. Come on, say, get off my ask. Say, be the lion. Y'all remember Ross Perot on Larry King with them analogies? It's like cheese whiz on a flagpole. Remember them? He was something now. He was something. He said every 10 times I asked for business, I got 2 yeses. When they said no, I said thanks for 1/5 yes. And my baby girl here says, Dad, every once in a while I get off the bench. She goes, I got to get to asking. That's the ball game. Get used to stepping up, asking, and keep on going. Look, it's not natural to think you're being rejected, but you're not being rejected. The doctor's not rejected. The expert's not rejected. You just keep on going till they understand. And you ask, and you ask, and you get off your ask. James 4:2, you have not because you ask not. Deliver is the last one. Deliver is the last one. Learn how to finish stuff. Learn how to finish. Learn how to not quit. Because you feel like quitting, I'm going to quit. Because things didn't go my way, I didn't get my reward, I'm done. Bold. Big belief. O, ownership. L, lean in. D, you got to keep going. Learn how to not stop. If he tells you a story, you'll hear so many stops in that story, but he won't quit. He won't quit. Bill Cowher called me from the Steelers and said, we got a player blew his knee out, Chad Scott. I go, Chad, how you doing with that knee? He said, I'm chopping down trees, drinking battery acid. Everybody in the house take their left hand, go like that. Come on. Take your right hand, go like that. Come on, chop. So I just did it all the time. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep on going. And grit means I started this, I'm going to get the urge to quit, but I'm going to keep on going. Roberto Clemente hit the inside the park grand slam. He came around third base, and they held him up. He ran through it and scored. He said, Roberto, what are you doing? He said, it was late, I wanted to go home. Watch what he said next. You got to catch this. In life, there are signs and tests. Signs, you can't do it. Tests, how bad you want it. Now, you got to decide. There's this, can't do this. Or how bad you want it. That's different. He said there's signs and there's tests. Which one is it? When you get held up, I'm going to go through it. And let me tell you something. Get a couple people around you to cheer for you. Trey Turner for the Philadelphia Phillies was batting 200, 11-year, $300 million contract. They're booing him. Somebody said, let's get together. Let's get together and standing ovation every time he comes to bat. You know the last 40 games he had 16 home runs, number 6 in the league on both performance. Get some people around you to cheer for you, not just sit down. I would rather much be celebrated than tolerated. Get some people to celebrate you. It matters. I want to celebrate my babies. I want to celebrate my friends. I want to celebrate Michelle. I want to celebrate them, and I want celebrated because this is hard. You chose hard, but it's beautiful. The rewards always sit with hard. So deliver, I'm not going to quit. My mother, Dolores Tootsie Elko, had a phrase. Here it goes. It will happen over a long period of time all of a sudden. I pipe that into my son every day. I got to keep getting that. It will happen. I keep going. I keep on going. Boom, it's there. That's how this thing works. Keep on going. Keep on going. It comes. You water bamboo 1 day, 2 days, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It grows 6 inches a day. You got to keep watering until you get there. Don't you give up. You got to keep on going. Constantly. I need to wrap this bad boy up. Y'all were incredible. Let's pull this together. First, let's go back what I told you. Number 1, first of all things, before we get anywhere, I need a standard. Relentless. And they all hang out together. Non-stop. Happy. We studied 15 different companies that quadrupled their income during COVID. They thought we're real different than other people. They had this enormous faith that anything could happen. Bold. You got to go say, match me. Match me. It catches. Match me. Quantum particles. Send it out. Match me. It's not a feeling. It's a choice. Everybody in the house say decide. Decide. Say it again. Decide. I've got to get to the point I'm going to decide. This is the level I'm going to be. Don't you walk out of here different. There was too much energy. You coming here, Marissa putting this together. Don't you walk out of here different. You walk out of here. Don't you walk out of here the same. I'm walking out of here different. Decide. I'm going to decide to go to the next level. Look, be a fountain of people. Quit draining. Quit being a drain. And you know what? People you're with in relationship, come on. Most humane thing you could do is be a joy to people and enjoy your life, or you're a burden. You know, this woman went to her husband and said, baby, what would you do if I hit on the lottery? He said, I'd take my half and I'd leave. She said, that's what I thought. Here's your $10. Now y'all keep in touch. And look, different parts of the country are different. I'm up in New York, and this guy comes to my talk. I was up in Short Hills, New Jersey, actually. He goes, I went to my wife for 28 years and said, honey, would you marry me again? Don't go up in there and ask somebody a question unless you want the answer. She goes, no way. If you come to Birmingham, Alabama, and ask your wife, honey, would you marry me again? You know what she'll say to you? Well, bless your heart. That also means no way. Jesus. Look, quit being a burden to people. Quit being a burden. Quit sucking energy out of them. Get to that point. Self-talk on purpose. When you do it over and over, you wire you. Over and over and over. Wire. And we put stuff together. If you want me to tell you what I do, I put in what's called earworm. Now I'm pulling back my curtain. And I try to put it in language that they can accept. You know, that's why. See a little, see a lot. See a lot, see nothing. Thank you, I owe you. So what, now what? You'll never see a commercial that doesn't finish in the song. Liberty, 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 like a good neighbor. They put it together. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. If you put it together, it will stick. So I say these things to me, so we're going to say them out loud. Get ready? Say this with me, everybody. Say, be the lion. Be the lion. Say, so what, now what? So what, now what? Say, be one to know today. Be one to know today. Keep chopping. And so I want you to keep on talking to you nonstop till you get it. And I got 2 more quickies. I'm speaking in Tampa, and I go out to the airport. I see a woman standing at the Southwest counter. Looked like she combed her hair with a lollipop. Looked like Don King. I walked her and said, ma'am, I think I'm looking for you. That line ain't never worked. So she said, my daughter was just blown up in a Humvee in Afghanistan. They life flighted her Carmel, Indiana, St. Vincent Hospital. I said, where's your suitcase? I don't have one. I said, you have anything? She said, I have a driver's license. I said, you got me. And we got her to her daughter in Carmel, Indiana. I called her, Ravita, how's your daughter? She said, she squeezed my hand. She's going to make it, but the other girl that was in a Humvee with her, the other nurse that was with her, she died right before her parents got there. How come I saw her? When you speak it, you see it. Watch what I was speaking. It's my last one. I heard you mention it yesterday. Ready? I'm not looking for blessings to come into my life. Looking to be one. Do you understand? It's all about why you're doing. If you do this to be a blessing to you, to your family, your cup runneth over, goes on the saucer underneath you. That's your family. To everybody around you, the people you're serving. Just go be a blessing. And we were in Quincy Market yesterday, and you got to see the 6th pillar. It's a little girl named Ilsa, who on a concentration camp found a strawberry, and she saved it all day. She has saved it all day. So at the end of the day, she could send it to her friend Gerda, who was 6 years old. Could have lost her life. That was all she had. You take your gift, bring it out of your pocket. Go bless somebody. You have a good day. That's what this is about. I love being with you guys. I've run out of time. I want to close this talk. I close all my talks with something my father used to say to my mother every time she left for the beauty shop. Best of luck to you. You guys are wonderful. God bless every one of you. God bless you guys.